So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for you to welcome to episode number 4 of the FIFA 19 Career Mode series here with Liverpool. The early gameplay, early access to the game. This video is once again brought to you by EA Gamechangers. Today we are going to be getting through a whole heap of of action, a whole heap of games, both simmed and also played, and by the end of it, we'll actually be approaching the January transfer window, so that's something for you guys to look forward to. Tomorrow is there should be some transfer activity going on. If you've missed any parts of this series, there'll be a link in the top right of the screen to the playlist and you guys can go back and check it out. But as things stand at the moment, we are in P4 in the table, 5 points off our Merseyside rivals Everton, who take a shock lead at the top of the table. They've also got their main striker Santi Mina, who they've signed from I think Valencia, at the top of the goal scoring chart. So that might well be the reason why they're doing so well. Clearly he is carrying them to glory at the moment. Talking of Premier League action, the first game of this one is going to be a simmed match away from home at Vicarage Road against Watford. Damari Gray actually gave the home side the lead, but another penalty from Fabinho and then another goal from him in the 70th minute, along with a Trent Alexander-Arnold strike in the 45th minute, see us win the game 3-1. Fabinho, I know he's obviously being carried a bit by the penalties, and that's a bit of stat padding, but at the moment, he's seeming to be quite a prolific goal scorer. We'll need his influence in the Champions League because as things stand, we're going out. We've got 2 games left to go, and 2 wins against Shakhtar and Belenenses will see us go through. Well, that next game against Shakhtar is all important. It is a home game, so I am going to sim it, and instead I'm going to play the final game of the group stages up against Belenenses away. Trent Alexander-Arnold gave us the lead in a game that saw Naby Keita actually come back from injury, which is nice to see, so he's now back to bolster that midfield. Fekir and Fabinho, the other guys in central midfield, alongside with him in this game. As I mentioned, Trent Alexander-Arnold gave us the lead. Firmino also doubled our lead, but Moraes then scored 1 minute later to cancel that one out. But going into the final 5 minutes, we do grab the 2-1 win in an absolutely vital game that now sees us go back above Shakhtar in the Champions League group stages. So with 1 game to go, all we have to do is avoid defeat against Belenenses, and we will go through to the round of 16 of the Champions League. Whether that is as group winners, we will have to wait and see. That depends on Atletico Madrid slipping up against the Ukrainian side. Back to Premier League action, you can see Santi Mina and Gylfi Sigurdsson stepping out on the pitch. That means only one thing: we're facing league leaders Everton in the Merseyside derby here for the first time in this series. 7 minutes gone and Everton actually get the first chance of the game. A lofted shot coming in from, I think it was actually Santi Mina, but it's well wide of Alisson's post, not really troubling him. Firmino putting the ball back into the centre for Sadio Mane just 4 minutes later, but the Senegalese winger puts it high and wide. Can see what he wanted to do. He's really looking for that top corner, but just unfortunately a little bit too much power on it. Sigurdsson coming forward now, finding Santi Mina, now into Bernard and Jean-Philippe Gbamin, and thankfully Alisson is there to save from the Ivorian, who's another new signing clearly in this save. Back to us going forward. Fekir has found Mo Salah, who can put the ball towards the back stick for Mane. Jordan Pickford, though, does a very good job to tip the ball over his own crossbar. Into the 26th minute there, Firmino into Mo Salah, and that's a huge miss from the Egyptian, whose shooting has been a little bit all over the place recently. He's been a little bit inconsistent with his finishing in the last couple of episodes, and he's hit the woodwork there when he really should have been scoring. Will we put Everton to the sword eventually? We'll have to wait and see. Firmino there with the shot, prods it through, falls to Nabil Fekir, and it's a very messy goal, but they all count, and Nabil Fekir opens his account in Merseyside derbies. He celebrates with the fans, and I'm sure they'll be taken into heart after how prolific he's been this season. He scored some important goals, and he's now scored one against Everton, and that's a surefire way to work your way into the Liverpool heart. So 1-0 after 40 minutes of this one. Despite that big miss for Mo Salah, he's now making things happen down the right-hand side. A little bit of interchanging play with Firmino, skips past Morgan Schneiderlin, still going, but the shot once again is a poor one. After all the hard work with the solo goal, unfortunately drags the ball wide, just scuffs the shot. Right at the end of the first half, Everton coming forward there with Morgan Schneiderlin, but the long ranger drifts harmlessly wide once again of the Brazilian Alisson's goal. So we now jump into the second half, and we're coming forward once again. Keita there with a great through ball into Sadio Mane, who's now clean through on goal, one-on-one against Pickford, and the Senegalese winger comes out on top. Sadio Mane doubles our lead, and it was all made happen by a brilliant assist from Naby Keita. Defence splitting ball in between Seamus Coleman and Yerry Mina, who I'm sure a lot of you guys were thinking was at the top of the goal scoring charts at the start of the episode. The Colombian can't quite get across, and it's a cool and composed finish from Mane despite being under pressure from the two Everton defenders. And it's now 2-0. We're a bit more comfortable. Everton coming forward though and hitting the post there with the header. I think that was Andre Gomez getting on the end of it. Alisson getting nowhere near it. Meanwhile, Firmino coming forward, shot blocks, falls to Fabinho, and it's blazed over the bar by the Brazilian. He might have scored quite a few penalties this season, but he's still not the greatest finisher, and it showed there. Sigurdsson with a great chance as well for Everton. Really should have done better after the setup by Jean-Philippe Bamin. Now with 5 minutes of the game, to go, we're bringing out speculative efforts. That was Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain with the long-range strike, beaten away by Jordan Pickford in between the Everton sticks. And with just 1 minute of the game to go, doesn't look as if Everton can get back into this one. Daniel Sturridge off the bench finds Fabinho, and this time the Brazilian does score into injury time. It is a convincing win now, and this might well be a game changer as far as the season is concerned. This is a heavy defeat for the league leaders Everton, and it might just start a run of a good momentum for us now, and it is a convincing win in the Merseyside derby. 3-0 in the end. Nice to see the likes of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Daniel Sturridge coming off the bench, along with Houssem Aouar that you saw there just at the end. Nice to get them some game time, really, because you don't see them play all that often, but a very good result there against Everton. And now we can use that to hopefully push forward, but as we face Burnley away at Turf Moor, that might be a little bit easier said than done, because Nabil Fekir, having made himself, a hero amongst Liverpool fans, has gotten himself sent off straight red, and it's led to Ashley Barnes giving Burnley the lead. Aaron Lennon doubles their lead. Firmino grabs a late goal, but it is not enough, and we lose away from home against Burnley. And all that great work against Everton, beating the league leaders 3-0, means nothing now, because we've gone away from home and we've lost to Burnley. Now we've got Nabil Fekir out suspended, so Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain comes in to replace him, and it's not looking that great in the Bournemouth game either. I want to say that's Lautaro Martinez, but it physically can't be, because he just signed for Inter, so surely he can't have signed for Bournemouth in the game. It doesn't matter, whichever Martinez it is, he scored against us, and Jefferson Lerma has doubled Bournemouth's lead, and we're going to lose twice in a row. And all this momentum we were supposed to be getting from that win against Everton has gone down the drain after 2 very disappointing results in a row against mid-table sides. We'll have to get that momentum back. In training, you can see Viktor Zygankov is now all the way up to 82, and he's going to be playing in this final Champions League group stage match against the Belenenses. Mo Salah will be through the middle, but it'll be Shaqiri and Zygankov as the wingers today. The likes of Milner, Oxlade-Chamberlain and Houssem Aouar also into the side, as well as Nathaniel Klein and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So it's quite changed, but it's still got the main man Mo Salah in the squad, and that hopefully should be enough to brush past the Portuguese side. This one is an absolute must-win if we're going to try and win the group here, but I think we could probably get away, we could get away with drawing the game if we want to go through in second place. Obviously, if Shakhtar do manage to get a shock win away from home against Atletico Madrid, then we will be in trouble. But regardless of the connotations, this is still a game we should absolutely be winning, and we're on the front foot straight away, but an awful finish from Houssem Aouar, set up by Mo Salah, means that we don't take the lead when we really should have done. All the way into the half an hour mark, it's been quite a cagey game, but we give the ball away there with Pavard. Shot comes in, but it flashes wide of Loris Karius's near post, and thankfully, it doesn't really matter all that much. We managed to survive that little scare from Belenenses, the first chance for them in this game. Straight from the kickoff, we're going forward here with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, now into Salah, over to Houssem Aouar, and now Viktor Zygankov, the Ukrainian, down the left-hand side, who cuts in, finds Houssem Aouar, but he's been brought down by a Belenenses defender, Nuno Coelho. Unfortunately for him, he's gone in late against Zygankov. I understand why the referee's given it, but it seems a little bit harsh. It's just him trying to block the cross, really. We don't care, though, because Salah's got the opportunity to give us the lead, and he duly does so. It's 1-0 inside 34 minutes, and Salah celebrates with Zygankov and Oxlade-Chamberlain after giving us that 1-goal lead. We're on the way to progressing to the round of 16 then in the Champions League. We just need to hold on to this result or try and better it, and we will be going through. It had to be Mo Salah, realistically, that got us on our way, and Salah's picked up the ball. He's put the ball over the top for Oxlade-Chamberlain, and he's in on goal, and that is an emphatic finish from the central midfielder. And right before the break, we grab a second, and that is a vital goal, really. It's one that's going to kill off Belenenses' hopes, really. I'm sure they wouldn't have minded going in at the break 1-0 down, but 2 goals down is going to be quite a difficult challenge for Belenenses. Salar's now got a goal, and it's a delightful assist, chipping the ball over for Oxlade-Chamberlain. One touch, and he half volleys the ball into the back of the net. It's a really nice finish, some good technique into the top corner from Oxlade-Chamberlain, and it is a great way to grab our second goal of the game. Into the second half, Zygankov is twisting and turning, and he finds Salar, and that polishes it off. That completes an unreal performance from the Egyptian king. 48 minutes in, and he's now got himself 2 goals and a beautiful assist, and this goal is the best of the bunch from outside of the area. Keeper's not getting anywhere near it. It is placed to perfection on his left foot into the corner, and that is going to wrap up this game. Even though there was 40 minutes left to go at the time, that is pretty much game, set, and match. Header coming in from a free kick there, and Loris Carey is scrambling, but it's always going wide of the post. Into the 76th minute, we're looking for a fourth. Then Shaqiri sets away into the back post for Zygankov, and he really should have grabbed his first goal in played games and his 3rd goal for the club. It doesn't make a difference. That is the end of the game, and it finishes 3-0, and that sees us go through, and it sees our safe passage into the round of 16. Unfortunately for us, though, not as group winners. Atletico actually managed to beat Shakhtar in the other game, so we go through in P2, which might mean a slightly more difficult round of 16 draw for us. So we'll have to wait and see who we end up facing. That'll be after January, of course, which you'll see next time out. If you're looking forward to that transfer window, make sure to slap a like on this one and subscribe, because obviously that's the only way to keep up to date with the series. Meanwhile, going into a sim here at home against Manchester United in the Premier League. Another one of those controversial sims that I guess I could have played, but I wanted to play a different game at the end of the episode. I'm not going to lie to you boys. It might not necessarily matter. Naby Keita gave us the lead. Unfortunately, though, for us, Nemanja Matic did, in fact, equalise 11 minutes later, and that is how the game ends. It's yet another draw in the Premier League, and yet more points dropped domestically. Next game is away from home against Wolves, and this is obviously the new team for Gini Wijnaldum, who we sold to them for around about £35 million in the summer. He's not actually playing the game. It doesn't matter in terms of dropping points. We still managed to do that regardless, thanks to 2 goals from Leo Bonatini. At least Roberto Firmino and Naby Keita managed to cancel them out for us, and we come away with yet another draw, 2-2 in the end. Now, the next one surely has got to be a win. At home against Newcastle United, a superior squad, and playing at home in this one. Daniel Sturridge is into the side, because I think he's just replacing the tired Roberto Firmino. Mo Salah gives us the lead, but the Ghanaian Christian Atsu actually equalises for Newcastle just 15 minutes later. Nabil Fekir once again, though, gets himself onto the score sheet and re-establishes our lead. Going to the final 10 minutes of the game, it's still 2-1. Can we hold on? We do. And actually, Roberto Firmino gets a late goal, I imagine, on the counter-attack, as Newcastle were searching for a late equaliser. So back to winning ways, at least, and a comfortable win there over Newcastle United. Hopefully that means we can actually now kick on and gain some momentum into this next game, which is a played one in the league against Arsenal, because we need to put a Champions run together if we're actually going to be champions in this series. That, of course, is the aim, is to win some silverware, and hopefully it'll be the Premier League. And let's start that run now against Arsenal. As you can see, 10 minutes in, Trent Alexander-Arnold throwing the ball there into Salah, who cuts inside with that McGeady spin once again, then goes past another defender and curls the ball into the back of the net. What a solo goal that is from Mo Salah, turning past the Arsenal left-back with ease with that McGeady spin, then going past Rob Holding and finessing the ball past Bernd Leno inside 10 minutes of this game. And that is the kind of start we needed for this one. What a goal that is. The Egyptian king once again doing bits. He's back to normality. He's back to finding the net on a regular basis. He'd gone through a spell of his finishing being very inconsistent, but now he's back on form and scoring goals. 22nd minute, and Salah's been set away again by Nabil Fekir. It's Salah clean through on goal, and he scored once again. It's 2 inside 23 minutes, and it's a dream first half as things stand for Mo Salah and for Liverpool. We are 2 goals up. An interesting celebration from Mo Salah. What a ball again that was from Nabil Fekir. We've scored quite a few goals in this series so far using the pace of Salah and of Sadio Mane. and just using really good through balls, and that was yet another. Arsenal coming forward though right at the end of the half, and after the save from Alisson, it was unfortunate that Danny Welbeck was there to once again get a second bite of the cherry and grab a goal back just before the break. Hopefully that won't be a crucial goal. Alisson, if I'm being super critical, probably could have put the ball anywhere apart from straight back in the face of Danny Welbeck, but it was a decent reaction save in the first place. Just unfortunate it went back to Welbeck once again. Shot coming in there, I think from Nabil Fekir in the end. But it went just wide of the post as we looked for a third goal in this game to try and kill it off to some degree. Arsenal coming forward looking for the equaliser, and a deflected shot there, almost catching out Alisson. Arsenal, though, are really starting to pile on the pressure as things stand. Mkhitaryan turning away from Naby Keita brilliantly and then curling the ball in. Yet another brilliant goal in this game. Unfortunately for us, though, it is one that we have conceded. The Cruyff turn there from Mkhitaryan completely beats Naby Keita. Poor kid was chasing shadows, and Alisson was getting nowhere near that one. In off the post, and Arsenal have come back from 2 goals down to equalise. Salah, though, is looking for his hat-trick, but it's saved excellently by Bernd Leno straight after Arsenal managed to grab the equaliser. We now have almost put our foot back on the accelerator. Firmino there with the finesse effort, caught spectacularly by Bernd Leno, but there was a free kick there in the build-up. It's laid off to Mo Salah, but unfortunately not the greatest of strikes, really, straight at the German Bernd Leno. And a very entertaining game, especially in this second half, as Mkhitaryan now threads the ball through to Danny Welbeck, and a great save from Alisson. Welbeck was actually offside anyway, but the Brazilian didn't know that. Mkhitaryan with yet another Cruyff turn, deflected shot off Van Dijk is once again saved excellently by Alisson. The resultant corner was swung in by Aaron Ramsey. Alisson has flapped at it. It'll fall to Lacazette. Saved by Alisson and turned in by Mkhitaryan. But the linesman's got his flag up, and a late goal for Arsenal to come back and win their game is denied. And Mkhitaryan wasn't even on the pitch when the ball was nodded back in by Lacazette. I'm not sure that was actually offside. I don't know the offside rule to that degree, but I think when the player's not on the pitch, because he was behind the goal line, technically he's not actually offside. Regardless of that, it was given by the linesman. A little bit of controversy at the end of the game. We could have actually lost that one despite being 2 goals up, but that is the least of our worries because we've got a training injury to Bobby Firmino. And it's a 4-month injury, broken tailbone for Roberto Firmino in training. And this is a huge issue because now, 4 months, that takes us to May. We might as well bring in a new striker because Roberto Firmino is not going to be playing for us again before May. He's probably going to be playing a maximum of 5 games before the end of the season after that really bad injury. So what do we do with Roberto Firmino? I think we're going to have to try and maybe use him in a trade deal next time out to bring in a really world-class striker. That's something for you guys to look forward to. There should certainly be a big signing in the next window, and we might well need it because we're only 5th in the table at the moment. Next episode will be starting with an away game against Manchester City on the 2nd of January, and that of course signals the January transfer window, where you'll be seeing what we do with Firmino and who we bring in to replace him. If you've enjoyed this episode, slap a like on the video, and if you're looking forward to the next one, then feel free to subscribe to the channel. It's the big red button under the video and it massively helps me out. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.